Hey everyone, this is Kathy Zhu. I just want to say thank you so much for all your support. It's been a heck of a 2 days, honestly. Yesterday I was crying when I first saw the messages and emails from the organization, but today is a new day and today was amazing, honestly. I'm so glad this story got brought into the public eye and the media because this is so much bigger than pageantry. This is about, an organization discriminating against people with different opinions, calling people racist even when they're not. Just little attacks like those really diminishes the value and the truth of the word racism. So there shouldn't just be diversity of skin color. There should be diversity of thought, of mindset, of political affiliation. I'm so glad to be able to be the voice for this right now, and I hope that other pageant organizations could really learn from this story and the situation to not discriminate others based on opinions. So don't worry, I'll still stand firm, stand my ground. I'm still going to continue fighting for what I believe in. So yeah, thank you guys so much for the support once again. Okay, see you later.
One thing you absolutely cannot accuse CNN and the rest of mainstream media of is being inconsistent. They consistently take every opportunity they can to take people out of context and label pretty much everybody they see as racist. Miss Michigan World Kathy Zhu is speaking out after the Miss World America organization stripped her of her crown on Friday, saying it was made aware of a number of controversial tweets following her victory. 20-year-old Kathy Zhu, a political science student and president of college Republicans at the University of Michigan, is now going public with emails and texts she exchanged with officials from Miss World America and is speaking out about the negative and positive responses she's received. Let's watch how the race-baiting network teleprompter readers at CNN handled their interview with Zhu.
A Michigan beauty pageant winner and outspoken supporter of President Trump has her crown revoked. She claims it was over her political views. Kathy Zhu was abruptly stripped of her title of Miss Michigan last week after some past tweets came to the attention of pageant officials. And Kathy Zhu joins us now. Kathy, thanks for being here. So just to get the story straight, the pageant officials said that they found your social media content to be offensive, insensitive, and inappropriate. Do you see why they felt that way?
Honestly, you shouldn't just take tweets out of context. I think it's super important to the full context of the tweet and the full conversation. Everything I've posted was my statistics and opinions, and I think that we should be empowering women's voices and not just stripping them of their title only because of their opinions.
So let's look at some of your posts that I think that they had objections to.
Now pay attention to this little bit of subtle journalistic dishonesty.
So here was one. This was from October 2017. I think it was in reference to some conversation about Black Lives Matter.
Now keep that in mind. I think it was in reference to some conversation about Black Lives Matter.
You wrote, "Did you know the majority of Black deaths are caused by other Blacks? Fix problems within your own community first before blaming others."
Camarillo says she thinks it was in reference to some conversation about Black Lives Matter, and then they put on the screen the post that Zhu is responding to. This person writes, "Stop killing Black people." All Zhu wrote was, "Do you know the majority of Black deaths are caused by other Blacks? Fix problems within your own community first before blaming others." Zhu cites this as a federal crime statistic, and if you look it up, it's just flat out true, at least from statistics released for 1992. But all these statistics seem to run consistently. It's no secret that a majority of Blacks are killed by Blacks and the majority of whites are killed by whites. To construe this as offensive, insensitive, and inappropriate content is pretty snowflakey. Besides, if it is offensive, people are just being offended by the facts. Check out this lead sentence from CBS. Miss Michigan Kathy Zhu was stripped of her title after several insensitive and racist tweets surfaced. They're just flat out calling her racist, which is major hypocrisy because it seems like what they said about Zhu would be far more offensive, insensitive, and inappropriate.
So do you see how that could be seen as offensive?
This tweet was actually in response to another person talking about how all blacks or all cops are bad people, that they kill innocent black people. And I think that you shouldn't just put a blanket statement over all cops. Again, read full tweets in context to make sure to see the full story.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess your point of, did you know the majority of black deaths are caused by other blacks? What's your point?
What the point of that is the point.
That's statistics, and you can find that on FBI's website. This is all backed up by statistics and facts. I think it's really, really awful how the left thinks that statistics and facts are racist. So I don't think anything I said was remotely wrong. I stand by every tweet that I post.
And do you know who causes the majority of white deaths?
Oh, you can just feel it. Camerado thinks she's going to take Zhu to the woodshed right here.
Yeah, this is, apparently this is white people cause white deaths. It's not even that's the issue. The issue is that people didn't know that I was responding to another person calling cops bad people.
Right, I guess my point is, why would you focus on blacks causing black deaths when the majority of white deaths are caused by white people?
Yeah, Allison, because the post Kathy's responding to says, stop killing black people. It doesn't say anything about white people.
Why? This is why people think that has a ring of racism to it. You didn't mention the white statistic.
Just a ring of racism? This is Camarillo and CNN using passive verbal aggression to cunningly slip Zhu into the racist category in the minds of the gullible masses.
Again, this is in response to another person's tweet talking about how cops kill black people. And this is, I can't just take a tweet and just, turn it around saying, oh, white and white violence too. Of course, everyone has problems with their own communities, and I completely understand that. But, we have to empower women's voices, honestly, to show that, we could have different political opinions and that not just statistics and facts are racist.
Well, first of all, the pageant wasn't calling you racist. They were saying insensitive and offensive content. And again,
what Camarillo says here is true. The pageant organizers didn't directly call Zhu a racist, but Camarillo did just say,
this is why people think that has a ring of racism to it.
So this is interesting. Camarillo acknowledges that the organizers didn't call Zhu a racist, but then double speaks, suggesting Zhu is a racist. Bunch of fork-tongued bozos.
You're the person who focused in on that statistic. That's the statistic that you decided to highlight instead of police excessive force, showing those statistics. And so this is what got the attention of pageant officials.
Okay, Allison, so what you're saying is if Zhu had included excessive police force and white-on-white crime mixed with the comment about blacks killing blacks, then she'd still have her crown? I mean, think about that for a second. You can say things about blacks, and it's okay as long as you sandwich that in between other statistics, but if you just make that statement hang out all by itself on your Twitter account, well, you're a racist. You got it?
That's actually false, because if you read the text through the state director, she actually quoted the tweet that I said and said, is this racist? This is racist, right?
Maybe I missed it, but I read through the emails Zhu was sent and all the private messages sent to her by somebody named Lori, and there was nothing that said what Zhu just said about this is racist, right? Maybe it was a phone conversation, but I haven't seen anything in writing.
I mean, again, this is taken fully out of context. And I think that, if you actually think that statistics and facts are racist, I don't know what to tell you. I think, again,
it's just which ones you highlight. I mean, it's just which ones you highlight. Since, you could have said the thing about white people. But let's move on to your next tweet. And that was about Hijab Awareness Day. And so you wrote here, there's a Try a Hijab On booth at my college campus. So you're telling me that it's now just a fashion accessory and not a religious thing? Or are you just trying to get women used to being oppressed under Islam? Again, what would you like to say about that? You don't see how that could be offensive?
Not at all. They were, I went past the booth. I was late for class already. They were saying, do you want to put on a hijab, putting it, over me? I said, no, I don't want to. I declined wearing this, garment. I think that, it's really rude, I feel like, to Muslims too, that, to wear their sacred garment on someone who isn't a Muslim themselves. I wouldn't want to put, a Catholic rosary on someone if they aren't Catholic.
Right, but
so
that's not what you said. What you said, it wasn't that you felt badly for them, that you weren't Muslim. It's that you said, or are you just trying to get women used to being oppressed under Islam?
Yes, there are so many women in Muslim countries right now who are being stoned to death because they don't want to wear a hijab due to their husband's requirement to do so.
At this point, it would have been really cool to put a question to Camarillo. Hey, Allison, what do you think about the reality of the systemic Islamic oppression in Muslim countries? Do you think that's offensive, insensitive, and inappropriate?
And I think that we should be focusing on that way more than the Western things about Muslim, because there's so many bad things happening in Muslim countries because of these women, and these women are being crucified for not wearing a hijab, and I think that's really, really awful.
Okay, Kathy Zhu, thank you for coming on New Day to make your case.
And thank you, CNN, for broadcasting another segment where you go out of your way to find a racist behind every tree, on every college campus, and in every beauty pageant. Let the world, the Google Thought Police, and the bozos at CNN know what you think about this in the comments section below. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.